In the far reaches of West Texas, past the rusted fences and the faded nitrogen monoxide trespassing signs that lined the forgotten state roads, there was a stretch of scrubland known only to locals as Burnt Cross Hollow. It wasn't marked on most maps, and folks didn't speak of it much anymore, not since the Carter family vanished out there in '89. It was one of those places where the wind never quite sounded right, where the crows circled even on windless days, and where the desert dust didn't just sting, it itched. Like something alive was crawling just beneath your skin. My Uncle Ray used to run a tow truck out of Pecos, and he swore he saw something out in Burnt Cross Hollow back in the summer of 1994. He came back one night, white as a ghost, refused to ever go east of the 118 again. Wouldn't say a word about what happened until the cancer had chewed half his throat out, and even then, his whispers came out like gravel soaked in fear. Not a man, he kept rasping. Wasn't no damn man. I never believed him. Thought he was just drunk, maybe hallucinating. Until it happened to me. It was July, the kind of Texas heat that felt personal, like the sun was angry at you for breathing. I was driving down to see an old college buddy who had moved near the Rio Grande. My GPS glitched out somewhere past Fort Davis, kept rerouting me onto this narrow road I'd never seen before, FM 6707. I didn't think much of it at first. Texas is full of weird, forgotten roads, and this one looked drivable. The pavement was cracked, overgrown with desert grass in the center line, but my truck could handle it. After a while, I realized I hadn't seen another car in over an hour. No cell service, no signs. Just the vast, oppressive sprawl of desert mesquite and jagged rock formations that looked like broken teeth against the skyline. The sun dipped low, casting everything in blood-orange shadow. That's when I saw it. A dead steer in the road. At least I thought it was dead. I slowed down. Its eyes were wide open, staring at nothing. Tongue black and bloated. But its body looked untouched, no sign of rot, no blood, no buzzards. And it was lying too perfect. Like it had been placed there. As I pulled around it, I noticed something carved into its hide. At first I thought it was a brand, but it wasn't. It looked older. Deeper four crude X's in a square pattern, all intersecting in the center like some kind of ritual mark. I snapped a picture with my phone, thinking I'd show my buddy, but when I looked at the screen, the image was corrupted static and black lines across the photo like an old VHS glitch. I tried again, same thing. Then my phone shut off completely, 80% battery gone in a second. That's when I heard the tapping. It was soft, barely audible, like fingernails on metal. I turned down the radio. Nothing. Then it came again from the bed of my truck. Tap, tap, tap. I pulled over hard, gravel crunching under the tires, heart jackhammering. I grabbed the tire iron from under my seat and swung open the driver's door, stepping out into the furnace blast of desert air. Nothing there. I checked the bed. Empty. I turned to get back in the truck. And that's when I saw the figure standing in the road behind me. It was tall, too tall and thin, like stretched out skin draped over bone. It wore what looked like an old preacher's coat, long and black, frayed at the bottom like it had been dragged through the dirt for miles. But it wasn't the clothes that made me freeze. It was the face, or lack of one. Just a smooth, grayish mass where a face should have been, pulsing slightly like something was crawling underneath. I blinked. It was gone, not vanished, gone like it had never been there. No footprints in the dust. No sound of movement. Nothing. I jumped in the truck and floored it. Didn't care where the hell I was going. The road twisted and narrowed like it was changing behind me, turning back on itself. The landscape looked the same in every direction: twisted mesquite trees, dry creek beds, animal bones bleaching in the sun. Night came fast. Too fast. One second the sky was purple and orange, the next it was pitch black, and I mean black. Number. Moon, no stars. Like something had hung a curtain over the sky. My headlights barely pushed 20 feet ahead. That's when I saw the crosses. Wooden crosses, dozens of them, staked into the ground on both sides of the road. Some were old and broken, others freshly nailed together. They weren't graves. There were no mounds, no markers. Just bare wooden crosses. Some had animal skulls nailed to them. Others had something worse, human teeth. All at once, the temperature dropped. It went from desert heat to winter chill in seconds. I could see my breath fog the windshield. The truck began to slow, even though my foot was on the gas. Engine still running, RPMs low. Like the road itself was dragging me down. Then I saw him again. Standing in the middle of the road, same faceless preacher, hands folded in front like he was waiting for church to start. I swerved and went off the road, tires bouncing over rocks, cactus, God knows what. When I looked back, he was closer. No way he could have moved that fast. He was just closer. Watching me. I kept driving. Don't know how long I was out there. Hours? Days? My watch stopped working. My radio turned to static, then something else. A voice. Faint at first, like it was whispering through sand. He comes for the ones who see. He comes for the marked. Over and over. Then laughter high-pitched, wrong, like a child imitating a man's voice. Finally, I saw a light in the distance. Thought it was a house. Turned out to be a gas station half collapsed, rusted pumps, a flickering red neon sign that just said, ICE, but it was real. I pulled in, stumbled out of the truck, shouting for help. No one answered. But the door was open. Inside, everything was covered in dust. Shelves toppled. Cans exploded from heat. But in the back corner, behind the counter, was a little box TV playing static. And written in thick black marker across the screen were 4 X's in a square. Same symbol from the steer. Same as what I'd later find carved into my truck's hood. Ran. I drove until sunrise. When I finally found a main road, I didn't stop. I didn't tell anyone, not even my buddy. Just drove home, sold the truck, and tried to forget. But you don't forget something like that. Not when you start seeing the symbol in your dreams. Not when you find it drawn on your bathroom mirror, even when you live alone. Not when the tapping comes back on your window this time. And certainly not when you realize you were marked that night. And the preacher? He always finds the marked.